Hi, this is Thrifted Willow and my name is Tammy, and let's get started with DIY number 1. All right guys, I went to the thrift store, no surprise, and I found these two gorgeous china. This is a platter and a bowl, and they were $1, and I think one was $1 and one was $2. And then I already had this candlestick on hand, but it probably cost me 50 cents, if that. I'm just going through my pearls to try to get down to my loose pearls, and I fill the candlestick with some of the loose pearls. Some are big, some are small. I'm making this super shabby chic, and I love how it turns out. It is so gorgeous. So I'm stuffing all those pearls back into my pearl jar, and then I bought some of this Starbond glue. This is not sponsored, but I see everybody using it and I had to try it. And guys, it works amazing. It literally sticks just as fast as it says it does. So I spray on the activator and it is stuck within seconds. So I'm like, oh, cool. All right. So then we put it on the bottom plate. Well, first I clean it with alcohol to make sure that I get good adhesion, because I want this to last. I'm going to be selling this in my booth. And I go around the edges just to make sure, because the candlestick was not exactly straight, but it fit perfectly on the bottom of this bowl. And then I add the Starbond glue to the middle of the platter, which luckily there was already a flower there, so it was marked for me. The center was marked for me. And then I glued it down. Good to go. In seconds. Awesome. Super quick and easy DIY. And I duped this off of Pinterest. So most of the dupes in my video today are inspired by Pinterest. All right, guys, I just want to tell you today is the 5 Under 5 playlist, and I try to participate as much as I possibly can. And our hosts are Emily from Farm Charm Chic and Missi from Crafty Cove DIY. The guest host this month is Christine from DIY Craftaholic. Now, guys, if you have not visited these ladies' channels, please go over and do so and let them know that Tammy sent you. I will have their channels linked down below in my description box, as well as the playlist. And I will also link the playlist in my comments so you don't have to go searching for it. However, you're going to want to stick around because I have a surprise coming up in this video, and you're going to want to get in my description box. All right, guys, let's get on with DIY number 2. So DIY number 2, I picked up this little piggy at... That sounds so funny. I picked up this little piggy at the thrift store. I don't even know where I got her. And she was 50 cents. So and I've always wanted these farmhouse signs. So I just take some wood filler and I fill the hole because I wanted to hang her this way. Then I take my sanding block and sand her down real good on all sides because she was pretty rough. I take my Hiipoo HTV vinyl that they sent to me to try, and I am making some signs, some vinyl signs. So that said bacon, and this is going to say farm fresh. And I just wanted to show you how easy it was. Like, it doesn't matter how small your words are. This HTV vinyl weeds very, very easily. Very, very nice. And the little tiny letters come out perfect every time. And then I just cut my transfer down. Well, it's not a transfer. I just cut my HTV down to the size of the actual design. Okay, now I have these 2 wood rounds from Dollar Tree, and they're pretty thin, and one is warped, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to glue these together to make a little bit more sturdy sign. So I take my wood glue, and I put it all over, and I line up the holes, and I put these 2 wood rounds together. Well, and in a few seconds I thought, okay, it should be put together, right? No, the wood soaked up the glue like a sponge. So I add more wood glue, and I line up the holes, and then I take these little clamps that I got from Dollar Tree, and I clamp them together all the way around. And then I let it set overnight. All right, now onto the piggy. I had already painted her white, and I decided, you know what? I'm just going to paint her black, because I cut out the word bacon in white. So I was going to do a reverse vinyl where you put the paint over and then pull up your vinyl, but I thought, nope, I'm going to try to iron this vinyl onto this wood to see if it's going to work. And it does, guys. It works perfectly. So I filled the little tail hole, and then I give her another coat. Now here is the wood round. I give it a good sanding, and the more I sand, the more the wood keeps raising up. And so finally I'm deciding, okay, I'm just going to paint it. And I give this 2 good coats of plaster chalk paint by Waverly. And I use my water to make sure that the paint glides on. That helps with the paint. Okay, so then I take my HTV cutout, and that is my heat transfer vinyl. If you guys don't know what HTV is, I know people were saying HTV, and I'm like, what is that? It's heat transfer vinyl. So I take my heat transfer vinyl from Hiipoo, and I am ironing this on to my little piggy. Now, Hiipoo also sent me this little mini press, this little mini heat press. And guess what else they sent me? Guys, they sent me one to give away. So not only will I be giving away a mini heat press to you guys, I will also be giving away a roll of the Hiipoo vinyl. Now, I didn't open this vinyl, but it will look like it's opened. The box came damaged a little bit, and so the little tab is missing. But it is brand new roll of white HTV vinyl, heat transfer vinyl for you to go along with the mini heat press, all from Hiipoo. And they sent it to me because I reached my 10,000 subscriber goal. Can you believe that? So I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing and watching and coming back and supporting my channel. I so appreciate it so much. And with the generosity from Hiipoo, I am giving away a mini heat press and a roll of HTV vinyl. So if you are interested in winning this mini heat press with the Hiipoo vinyl, put the word Hiipoo down in the comments, and that way I know you are interested in the mini heat press. So let's get back to these DIYs. All right, guys, it literally takes seconds to iron these onto this wood. Now, with this heat transfer vinyl, this transfer vinyl comes up easily after it cools. Some you want to pull the cover off when it's hot or warm, and some of it you want to wait until it cools completely. With this HTV, you want to wait until it cools completely, and it comes right up. It is so nice. Okay, let's talk about the Hiipoo mini heat press. All right, it is good for HTV vinyl. It works on transfer paper and sublimation paper. It has an automatic shut off after 8 minutes. I used it on wood and metal in this video, and I used it on unpainted wood and painted wood, and it worked like a charm. This mini heat press has 3 temperature settings: low, medium, and high. It has a high temp resistant silicone ring that will protect your fingers, so you're not getting your fingers close to the heating plate. And the heating plate is made of aluminum. Hiipoo is offering my subscribers 15% off. Now, I posted the other day that they were on sale. So not only were they on sale 20% off for the yellow one and 15% off for the green one, but you could also use my 15% off coupon using the code therustedwillow, and you could have got you one for under 20 bucks. So make sure that you go check out this mini heat press. It is amazing. I really, really like it. And I honestly like all of Hiipoo's products. They are very, very nice. they are coming along. I am waiting for a cutting machine. So hopefully they come out with one of those soon. I will leave the Amazon link and the discount code down in my description box if you are interested. Now, what I like about this, when you turn it on, it actually lights up blue, green, and magenta to let you know what heat setting you actually have it set to. So you can know just by looking at it that it's either low, medium, or high. And I love that. Use my antiquing wax on the back of this sign, and then I attach the little piggy with some hot glue. Then I do make the holes bigger. I can put some jute twine through here, and I like my knots to show in the front, so I am always using my jute string and tying the knots in the front. So I just cut detail glue gun to put a little glue there to hold that knot in place. And there you go. She's all done. And my husband loves it. He's like, oh, awesome. I got another sign for my garage. Because who doesn't love bacon, right? All right, guys, on to DIY number 3. Here is another super simple one for you. All right, so I use that HTV vinyl again, and I am just weeding it out. I just wanted to show you how easy it was to weed, and these letters are super skinny. And I will link all of the letters, or the fonts, I will link all of the fonts that I used down below in my description box, because I know people, and I always forget to write them down, but I wrote them down this time. So I will link them in my description box so that way you will have them. All right, so here is my sign. I found this basket at the thrift store for $1. And I just thought it was the cutest thing because it's just a little bushel basket, but with a metal handle. And I'm like, I gotta have that. I gotta have that. So I am just flipping it here. I make some vinyl for it, and I'm going to use the Hiipoo mini heat press to press those words on. And it works like a charm. I wasn't really sure how long to keep it on there because, I mean, it's on a basket, which is really thin material, and, well, this was really thin material, so I wasn't sure if it was going to adhere at all, but it did. It worked just fine. So I did one side, I let it cool, and then I did the other side. And after I take off the plastic covering, I go back over it with the mini heat press and my parchment paper just to make sure that it's adhered really well. Now I'm putting down the other. I put pumpkins, 25 cents a pound. I love how these turned out. This is so cute. Wait till you see the final reveal. Guys, I just wanted to say that I will have some more giveaways later on in the month on some of my next videos. So continue watching and stay tuned for those giveaways. And don't forget to put Hiipoo down in your comments if you are interested in winning the Hiipoo mini press and a roll of the Hiipoo heat transfer vinyl. I will be announcing the winner in my next video. I had these old cards that I had picked up at a Goodwill bin store. Oh my gosh, years ago. I mean, there was thousands of them that I picked up for maybe 25 cents. So I just put these on my Cricut mat. I printed them out. I did a writing font, and I made little signs. And what I did around the edges, I just took some of that ink, I don't know what it's called, ink stamp, Tim Holtz, whatever it is, the black, and I just went around the edges with that and distressed it. Distressing ink, that's what it's called. So I used black distressing ink. And now I'm just taking some wood beads and filling the holes, which I've already had these wood beads on hand. I filled the holes and I attached them with hot glue to a cork. And then I'm just dripping hot glue down the tops of the beads to make it look like they're corroded with poison or whatever. So, and I don't know why I was fanning my hands. I guess I was trying to get it to dry like a dummy. Okay, so then I take the hot glue and I drip it down the rim of the jars. Now these jars I got at a thrift store, oh goodness, in about an hour away from me. We go there once a year, which is coming up next weekend, so I will be there next weekend at this thrift store, and their glass jars were like 25, 35 cents. So all of these jars here cost me absolutely maybe $1.50, maybe. Some of them were 10 cents, some of them were 15 cents. And they're the coolest jars, like the coolest jars. And I've been holding on to them for over a year because I thought, you know what, these would make the coolest potion jars. So some of them look like olive oil jars or vinegar and oil or whatever you call it. But anyway, they're super cute. And I just went to Hobby Lobby, picked up some corks that were cheap on sale. I already had some corks in my stash. And I am just using a black furniture marker here to color in the hot glue where I dripped down the jars. I thought that was the easiest thing to do. Although you could use Waverly Wax paint. Now filling these jars seemed to be a struggle for me. I spilled the water every single time. I don't know why, but I just couldn't get the hang of it. So I spilled the water on every single jar pretty much, but whatever. Okay, and then I just take some food coloring and I color the water. Now, I got this idea off of Pinterest, like I said, and it is not an original, but what I did use, I feel like is original. So now the post that I saw on Pinterest said to use a luster dust from the baking section at the craft store. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I was looking for this luster dust, and it was $4.99 for a little tiny vial. Like I'm talking 0.2 grams, like hardly anything. And I'm like, that's only going to do like one bottle. I'm not going to use that. That's too expensive. So I went to Walmart and I looked for some luster dust, couldn't find any, but they had this other stuff called dazzling dust, and it was literally $5. So I might be over my $5 limit, but I didn't use the whole jar, and I have a crap ton left over, like a crap ton. So literally you get 100 times more from the stuff at Walmart than you do at the craft store or at Hobby Lobby. And I mean it's used for cooking, but it works so amazing as potion to make potions. Like when you put it in there, it just kind of swirls around, but it looks awesome. I can't even explain to you. It's like shimmery, but it does settle at the bottom, so you have to shake it, but it's still shimmery. It's like you use glitter, but it's not as heavy as glitter. So, I mean, I think it works amazing. Anyway, I show it here in a minute, but I only used 1/4 teaspoon. That's all I used for these jars. And honestly, you could probably use less. But I had this big old jar. So, anyway, I just used a stick, stirred it up, and then I topped off the jars and then corked them. Now, my jars still leaked, so if you didn't want them to leak, you could hot glue the corks shut. So that way you could shake the jars and not worry about it. And there you go. There's the picture. Dazzle dust is what it's called. And it was literally $5 for that big, huge shaker jar. And it's used for baking, I guess. I got silver. They do have different colors. But I love how this looks. Now, I go to put the tags on, and I used my Cricut to write these out, so I just used different scary fonts. I just tied on the tags with jute twine. And I do use my Hiipoo glue gun just to kind of tack it down in places so that it doesn't move. And I also went over the tops of it, these little corks and balls with rub and buff. All right, guys, now this is DIY number 5. And I blew the $5 budget again, but my video went in a whole nother direction, and I wanted to see if this HTV would transfer or would adhere to metal. So we were at Walmart getting the Dazzle Dust and come across this mailbox for $10. It was on clearance, yes. So it's only $10. And I wanted to put a thank you note in there for my mail carrier. So I wanted to see if it was going to work. And guess what? It did. It worked perfectly. So I am so excited about the possibilities of this mini heat press because it will get into a lot of little places. And I love the HTV vinyl. It is very cost effective, and you get a whole lot more in that roll than you do the other rolls. And they sent me one roll and I liked it so much I ordered the white and the red, and they also have new colors coming out. So here's what it looks like after it's all done. I love that. All right, guys, don't forget to go over and visit the playlist, and don't forget to visit Missi's channel and Emily's channel. Missi at Crafty Cove DIY and Emily at Farm Charm Chic. And the guest host this month is Christine at DIY Craftaholic. I love all these ladies. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and share with a friend or family. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate each and every one of you. And again, that discount code for you is Rusted Willow. I will put that down below along with the link so you can get your mini heat press today if you want to. And also, don't forget to put Hiipoo in the comments down below if you want to try to win one. I will be giving away one mini heat press along with one roll of HTV vinyl provided by Hiipoo. All right, guys, here's the final reveal. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think, which projects were your favorite or which project was your favorite. I think I'm going to have to go with the potion bottles because I love how they turned out. Although I do love every single project. I think they turned out so cute, and I love how I styled them, especially the little basket. I styled with pumpkins from Dollar Tree. I love the velvet and the faux leather pumpkins that they had this year. Those are gorgeous, so I had to use them in the basket. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. And don't forget, I will be having more giveaways coming up in the next few videos. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week and a happy holiday, and I will see you in the next one.